NBA 2K15.
Yeah.
Number, let's see here, 6 on the list. I have it. I own that game.
Is that pretty fun?
It's
Compared to NBA Jam.
compared to NBA. You can't be a wolf man. There's no crazy announcers like shakalaka boomalaka. So there are a few flaws in that sense. There's some cool things about NBA 2K. One of the things they thought was going to be really cool was if you have a PlayStation camera or a Kinect, you can upload a picture of your face and put it on your own basketball player. So I'm like, cool. You know, Eric Burton is going to be schooling some fools in the NBA. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to teach Kobe what it means to be, you know, exactly. So I do the little thing. It's like, you know, you actually feel like you're getting your mugshot taken. It's like, all right, rotate your head slowly. You're like, I'm barely moving it like a second. Like, all right. And I was like, all right, we got it. We're uploading. And then they show you what it is. And it's just god awful. It like catches your face at 3 different angles, so your character looks like he has 3 faces. It's like, ah!
Are you
I'm
sure
a
you just didn't do it
wrong? I might have turned my head a little too fast. So I was very disappointed with that. I only did it one time. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna sit here in front of my Kinect for a couple hours. Let Microsoft laugh. Like, look at this sack of shit struggle. You know. But the gameplay's a lot of fun.
I know that you don't even have to be a basketball fan to enjoy that game. I know, like, one of my buddies that lives back in Michigan, he absolutely loves that game. He's not even a huge basketball fan, but he just loves the gameplay.
Yeah, and I think I'd fall in that. I mean, I like basketball, and I watch some games here and there, but it's more of a timing game than it is a sports game. You know, if you can time your jump shot right. You're pretty much, like, almost guaranteed to make that shot.
Huh.
The upgrade system's cool, but some things I don't like about it is you can buy currency from 2K, and you can use it towards your character to upgrade them. So it kind of takes away the purpose of playing the game. You know, it's like, well, I can give you $14 and you're going to give me 1,000,000 coins, and I'm going to have the Michael Jordan of NBA 2K15.
I don't get how they get behind that business model of you're going to pay $60, but then they also do a freemium kind of thing where you can pay more in-game currency to be a better.
There's pros and cons.
I can't believe that.
Instant gratification.
That's
Everyone's like,
nuts.
well, I don't want to sit there and do this forever.
Play.
I don't have
That's
time.
lazy
What they're
people,
probably doing is they're marketing the people in my age bracket. Okay, seriously, I have kids. I have full-time job, right? I mean, obviously everyone here works, but kids in a full-time job, I don't have the time of, say, getting on these games and playing 20 hours in a day or 12 hours in a day.
And you really would have to put a lot of hours
I can't
to
do
get
it.
this
So
game
someone's
upgraded.
like, well, hey, for $5, we'll give you
a head start.
we'll give you 1,000,000 experience points. Part of me goes, crap, $5. That's going to save me 20 hours of play,
Right.
and then I can get to do what I actually want to do in the game. So I think when I see those, the first thing I think of is they're targeting people like me, people who don't have the time. I have a very limited time. I have to wait till everybody goes to bed, and then I'm on. And I got my 4 hours of gaming there, and then sometimes I get some, 3 or 4 hours of gaming in the morning once everybody's busy. And that's it. And if I lose it, I lose it. And I have to accomplish so much in such a little time.
Right. And the single most important thing is it's just going to give them a buttload of extra money that they can rake in.
That's what I was
I'm
gonna
just saying though. I mean, if you're gonna buy it for $60, it just seems like that's a good idea.
I would never spend my money because you can do something similar to that in like the NHL game, but like Eric said, it defeats the purpose of playing the game to begin with. I mean, ultimately, if you're like Derek, if you want to upgrade really quickly, I don't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't.
I don't do it. I'm just saying that's who they target.
Right.
For me, it has to be amount of hours. If I'm gonna buy a game and I'm gonna pay $60, to me, I have to have at least 200 hours of gameplay anymore.
Woo!
Because if I don't,
Well, yeah, that is.
but if I don't, what have I done? I will beat games extremely fast. You give me a platform game or something like that, I'll smash it out.
See, and I'm on the same wavelength as you, so I think I'm a little bit more reasonable. For every $10 I spend, I expect at least 2 hours of entertainment. It's because I figure if I spend around $10-15 at a movie theater, you're gonna get about 2 hours of entertainment, right?
Yeah.
So if I spend $60, I want at least 12 hours of entertainment out of that game. Now, if I can get 200 hours, that's awesome, but
well, that doesn't stop me from buying games at $20 or $30 though.
yeah, well,
But the only games that I'm buying brand new, right off of the release, are Destiny, pretty much any Final Fantasy game. I bought Grand Theft Auto because I knew that was going to be a huge, and maybe 200's a little bit of expanding it, but I can tell you that every time I bought a brand new game for full price, I've gotten well over 100 hours of that game. And I have to, because if I don't, I've wasted money and I don't care.
Well, the thing is some of the best games I've ever played less than 8 hours.
Yep.
Like I think, for example, Ocarina of Time. You can beat that game in a single day, you know?
Huh.
I don't know.
Ratchet and Clank series. I have every Ratchet and Clank game, and they're quick. They're 10, 12-hour games and you're done.
I think it's less about the price and more on the type of game. If I'm playing a game that's a first-person shooter that has an upgrade system or an RPG, yeah, I hope I'm getting at least 50 to 60 hours of enjoyment out of that game. But if I'm playing a game that's more focused on a story, if I can get anywhere from 8 to 12, and it's a good story, yeah, like The Last of Us, The Order, which it's a conversation of its own. But I don't know, that's where I stand on it. But NBA 2K15, if you're a sports person at all, it's a real pretty game. It's a lot better than 2K14, that's for sure. They fix a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
And check it out. You know, go rent it. I think you can get it at pretty much any red box. So if you're not convinced, go rent it.
Does anybody have that GameFly?
No, I tried it once.
Yeah, me too. I tried it. I tried it a couple times.
So here's my beef with it. If there's a certain game that you was like, well, I want to try this game before I buy it, then you better get GameFly about maybe 2 or 3 months after that game comes out, because the wait lists are insane.
Really?
Or at least for newer games. Now, after you give it a few months and it kind of settles, I never had an issue getting a game that was 3 or 4 months old. But a game that was brand spanking new, which is, you want to play those.
Yeah.
If you don't have that on your list, like as soon as they announce it, you're not going to get it on release.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Yeah.
But streaming, that might fix that with like PlayStation Now, EA Access Hub, you know, less worrying about the disc and more, okay, well, you pay us a subscription, so go ahead, we're going to stream it to you.
Really?
Pretty interesting to have it where it's like you can do a 1 hour rental, 4 hour rental, 3 day, 7 day, 9 day, 30 day, 60 day, and a 90 day rental.
Yeah, with PlayStation Now.
Really? When is
Yeah.
that going to come
It's
out?
already out.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But that being said, some of their pricing packages are way off. I mean, some make sense, and then there's others like...
Is
There's some that are really not bad at all. They're older, way older games, like PS1 games, where it's like $3.99 for 60 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, I
but
get
then there's
it.
some that are like $9.99 for 3 hours. What? Well, no.
What I don't understand is, why would you do that? Like, I understand that you want people to buy your game, right?
Mhm.
So, in that sense, it might make more sense to say, hey, we're going to charge you $10 to play this $60 game for 2 days. It's like, whoa, that's insane. But at the same time, it also makes a lot of sense for that company, is because it's just a lot of money in their pockets. Like, yeah, this guy isn't going to commit to buying the game. Let's charge him up the woohoo. So by the time he gets done with his 20 hours, maybe we got $80 out of him instead of 60.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my issue with PlayStation Now, is the pricing structure they have. You're almost better off buying a game if you're interested than you are renting. But for the old games, PS2 games, PS1 games, some of the PS3 games, like Uncharted, that's really cool that you can still go back and play those.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I really like some of the things they're doing with that, and the reboots too. I'm really happy with those reboots.
Yeah.
So Watch Dogs, that was number
8. Or
yeah, it's number no, that is number 8. Yep.
Kind of
Number 8 on the
sick
list.
to my stomach.
I liked it. It was fun. But my biggest beef I don't like to use the words false advertising, is because it wasn't really advertising. It was more of a concept video. Like, this is what we want it to be.
Yeah. It just didn't live up to the hype.
No, it didn't.
It definitely a lot of same mission type stuff in it. I will say that the only thing that it really made me cognizant of was shooting people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that it had that, I really love that function of being able to run by, and it's going to tell you a little bit of the storyline. Oh, here's Joe Schmo. He's a janitor in a high school, and he only makes $27,000. I'm like, dude, I can't shoot you. Like your life is not very good right now, anyway. And then the guy's like CEO of the bank, 500,000. I'm like, stick him up. You got some cash on you. I want to secretly steal it from you.
See, and that stuff was cool. They introduced some new stuff, like the hacking of the phones. You could hack toll booths and stuff like that to mess with cops.
Yeah.
And
I really got nervous though when they added the online multiplayer, where all of a sudden in the middle of the game it opens up and says, "Now people are gonna
hack you.
hop on and try to hack you." I'm like, I don't like no.
Yeah.
No, are you really hacking me? No. I'm done with this.
So I didn't do a lot of that. I had a lot of experience where people would be playing on their tablets. So when you got chased by the cops, they would take over the cops and like the obstacles and stuff like that.
Cool.
It'd get so annoying. It's like, this mission's already hard. Now I got some dude sitting on a toilet with an iPad, like, oh, I'm gonna get this guy. It's like, what's wrong with you? Just poop and leave me alone. But it's a fun game. It's worth checking out. Now you get it probably pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I didn't play any of the DLC. Did you guys try
I
it?
I thought it was fun though. I enjoyed the hacking aspect of it and just the little things.
It's like an Assassin's Creed, except without the climbing on stuff. And
the story was kind of
so and so.
Vengeance kind of story.
Pretty generic.
And yeah, I wish, this has probably been a big complaint about it, I wish the character, the main guy, I wish I cared about him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't.
Yeah, at all.
You didn't feel anything for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is anybody gonna get the Battlefield Hardline when it comes out?
No. Go. Get out of here.
I'm
You too.
I'm gonna get. I pre-ordered it actually.
Did you?
Or I put like $11 on it.
I'm gonna
'cause I
wait.
had this gift card because it's supposed to be like cops and robbers kind of a thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, for me, multiplayer wise, I'm burnt on the multiplayer Call of Duty. I enjoy the Battlefield multiplayer a little
It's
bit more.
slower and more team play, less lone wolfing, and that's what I do like about Battlefield is that you don't have to be some Twitch jacked up on Mountain Dew to compete, you know. But the thing is about those games is you give them a few months, they usually drop in price pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
And it's probably because they have so much DLC that comes out
Yeah,
usually.
I think they have too much DLC for sure. I'd rather than wait a year, delay a year, and then just add all that into the game, or half of it or something. So I think Battlefield 3 had like 5 DLC packs. I
They had
think.
like a year program.
Yeah.
It's like Battlefield Premium.
Yeah,
or
that
something
gets
like
you.
that.
That gets you all the DLC, and they were coming with DLC for 3 when 4 came out. Why am I going to get a DLC for 3 when 4 is out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, it's cool that they do that. It's because it sucks when you play a game that's a lot of fun and then it's over when it's over. You know, you play through it and it's like, well, I'll never play this game again.
Right.
At least with a DLC program, it gives you an excuse to come back. But it's getting mixed reviews. I've heard a lot of people like it, and then there's a lot of people that sounds like they're in my boat. Of it's just not
Worth it.
not enough to justify giving you another 60 yet.
The destructible environments is something that's really cool that you
That
don't
is.
really get in Call of Duty.
No.
It's fun to shoot a rocket at a building and have 4 people in there.
Right,
and
that's
just
what I'm-
collapse and you get credit for all that.
The huge maps are great. It's huge lobbies too. I think you can have up to, I want to say like 64
PC,
now.
you can have. I don't know if they did that with.
I think with
new
the new
consoles.
consoles, you get them to
Did
the
they?
60s. I don't want to say with PC in the hundreds.
I have Battlefield 4 on PC and it's 64, so it's 32.
I'm pretty sure you can get the same that you can on PC now
Really?
with the Xbox One. I could be
That's a
wrong.
lot.
It's
That's
a lot.
a lot of people. In fact, I like it smaller than that.
So get this. Xbox, we'll make this quick. Xbox One comes out, and I take my console home for Christmas. My dad plays some Call of Duty, Halo occasionally. I mean, he's an older guy, so he struggles, but he tries. And it's cute. It's real cute. So, no, I'm not doing him justice. He's okay. But, so I was like, Dad, you want to try one of these new games out? And he's like, yeah, I want to see what this thing's about. I was like, I got this Battlefield 4. Never played it. It should be right up your alley. Let's turn it on. He's like, okay. Let's turn it on. We're looking through the game modes, and I can't remember what it was, but it's like the big map, the big war, where everybody and their dog's in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let's try this, Dad. So I have him the controller. Literally 2 minutes into it, there's just gunfire going everywhere. A jet like almost lands on him. He just looks at me. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, run straight. Acted like one of those guys from Saving Private Ryan on Normandy.
yeah.
He's running around like shell shock, holding his like arm in the air. What's good? I don't know. So Did you ever play Battlefield 4?
I played a little bit of Battlefield 4, but not on any of the newer consoles. No, you said it was on Xbox One?
Yeah, and PS4.
I haven't played that one.
You should
at
look
all.
into that before you buy it. You
Don't-
can get that one for cheap too.
Yeah, and this is gonna give you a good idea what hardware.
You could probably get that for like 15,
In
20
fact,
bucks,
I got a PC
honestly.
for like $5 during the sale.
Oh yes, you gotta love PC for that though. PC
Yeah,
stills,
sales.
great.
They're ridiculous.
The only reason I got the Hardline was just because I had some extra leftover money, and that was like the only game coming out in the next few months that I actually wanted. So
during the
or
beta,
sounded good.
I had a couple of good moments where, because you had to, they only gave you the one map that I remember playing, but after you get the money, you got to get to the rooftop of one of the buildings. Well, I'm with a bunch of guys. I think I have the money. We're up at the top of a building next to it, and I happen to have my zip line, and so I shot a zip line across, and I zip lined across buildings, and then got the evac. So moments like that.
That's pretty
make it fun.
sweet. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
But
pretty
9
legit.
out of 10, you're gonna get shot off your zip line and then fall over.
Yeah, it is a cool game. It has its moments.
It has its